Hello, here we are, ready for number 7. Okay. Well, it's nearly ready to go. So this is number 7 in the series of basic belly dancing with Joanna. Hello, whoever's joined. And yeah, I hope you've been practicing a lot, whoever you are. Or anyway, a little bit, that would be great. Hello, number 2. And I think we're nearly ready to go, aren't we? So I'll just go and do my standing up thing, and hopefully nobody's going to accuse me of plagiarizing anything. Okay. So here we are. Right, do let me know if there's any problems with sound or anything like that. So as I said, it's number 7 today. We're going to be continuing to work on feeling where our weight is in the movements, on our core strength, on our arms, and on posture. So lots and lots to think about all at the same time as we're going to be dancing. So I hope you've got a nice clear space to dance in. I guess you're well sort of sorted out for that you've got a glass of water to hand, and you've got something to lean on if you need to lean on something at any point. Yes. And okay, so I'm going to start with the usual warm-up. Yes, health and safety. Please be careful with your body. Listen to its little aches and pains and creaks and groans and everything. As I said before, this one here, a little squat, either with flat feet on the ground or on your toes, is a very nice one just to relax your lower back. And also this, just a little bend forward. That's a nice one to relax the back of your glutes here and your lower back. But do it with bent knees, so it's nice. It is truly, truly relaxing. It's not a stretch, it's just to relax. And if those don't work, there's lying on the ground with your knees just in the air and just relaxing. Yes. And of course, there's a little gentle shimmy, which is also very nice, relaxed move for lower backs. Okay, not the shimmy at the top. I just couldn't help myself there. Okay, but a little shimmy is very good for a back that's feeling a bit stiff. Okay, so we'll do our warm up, and then I'll probably go straight into a more aerobic movements. So all of our forwards and backwards and limpy steps and grapevines and turns and hip kicks and all of those. And then we're going to do some work on isolations as well. So welcome, you guys. And I hope you're looking forward to the whole thing. Okay, let me know if it's too loud or too soft. Okay, you can see my feet, everything. How do you think about your posture? Core engaged, soft knees, on the back of the neck. That could be. Hands going. Twist. Around. Lift up the ears. Stretching the right arm up the ceiling, your left knee, your right knee to the floor. Stretching all the way down there. Enjoy those hands.
الليالي رجعت لي تاني حب قلبي من جديد، بعد غيبة جاني راح نداني خلى عمري كله عيد. الليالي رجعت لي تاني حب قلبي من جديد، بعد غيبة جاني راح نداني خلى عمري كله عيد. كنت فين يا شاغل لي هوايا، كنت فين ياللي قلبك معايا، كنت فين يا شاغل لي هوايا، كنت فين ياللي قلبك معايا. ليالي 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 الليالي رجعتني تاني حب قلبي من جديد، بعد غيبة جاني راح نداني خلى عمري كله عيوني. يا ليلى 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 حبك يا غالي غير لي حالي، على شوقي ليك بصحى وبنام. علمتي روحي تهواك يا روحي، وتدوق معاك أجمل غرام. حبك يا غالي غير لي حالي، على شوقي ليك بصحى وبنام. علمتي روحي يا روحي تهواك يا روحي، وتدوق معاك أجمل غرام. لحظة بتوحشني وانده عليك طول الساعة وياك يا عمري أحلى عمري ورجعني بيك عمري اللي فات وانده عليك طول الساعة وياك يا عمري ورجعني بيك عمري اللي فات يا شاغلني هوايا ياللي قلبك معايا يا شاغلني هوايا ياللي قلبك معايا ليالي 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 رجعتني تاني حب قلبي من جديد بعد غيبة جاني رحت تاني خلى عمري كله عيد الليالي رجعتني تاني حب قلبي من جديد بعد غيبة جاني رحنا تاني خلى عمري كله عيد
Oh, very neat. Okay, just before we start on the next bit. Okay, so hope you're feeling a little relaxed and a little bit stretched and a little bit your blood is pumping around a little bit. That'd be good. And I'm sure you're all looking extremely lovely. Sometimes it's quite nice to have a little mirror to look at yourself in, if you've got one, that you can put it so that you can just check what you're doing. I'm not saying that you're not doing it exactly right, but I'm just saying it's quite nice to have a little mirror to see exactly where it is you are. So we're going to do what in belly dance, well, it's called drills. And so those people who are watching who've been doing belly dancing for a while, you're probably going, oh, drills. But anyway, it's going to be lots of fun, I do assure you. Okay, so thinking about the core a lot, thinking about these muscles here that are going to be a little bit stretched as well as engaged. Okay, so we're going to start with a chest rise. Okay, so I want you to be super careful. Those shoulders stay nice and relaxed and where they are. They don't go up and down. Yes, so hopefully, I don't know if you can see what my shoulders are doing. So look, there you are, you can see one of them. So you just keep an eye on it. Okay, so I'm doing my chest rises. I'll have it here so you can see. There we go. Chest rises. Going up and down. Shoulders staying down. And actually hands and arms staying relaxed. Yes. So just make sure you can just do all of those things. Keeping your shoulders down. Your arms relaxed, your hands relaxed, okay? But still making this rise. So you remember you use these muscles at the back to sort of squeeze together to help it rise up. Help them rise up? Okay, so this is number one, which we're going to do. Knees stay bent. Okay, now after we're going to do a little twist. So it's a hip twist. So very relaxed hips, very soft knees, okay? And you're just going to move, say, the right one forward, doesn't really matter, and then the left. Right, left, right, left. So your shoulders will be moving a bit because there's a large part of your torso, but I don't want your shoulders twisting as well. It's just the hips twisting, yes? Okay, now we've got a little pop, and this is the actual tummy, and you're going to make it pop out on command. Now, we've not done this before, so this is kind of the reverse about what a lot of us do when we remember, which is pull our stomachs in. Okay, you're going to pop it out, okay? So pop, 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 And you're trying to make it sharp. Yes, so it's not just going out and then in, it's out, 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 out. So you can do that to the music or to the rhythm, yes? Out, 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 out. Okay, so we've got chest rise, hip twist, stomach pop, and the next one is going to be a tuck. So this is the hip tuck, okay? So for belly dancing, you normally have your hips tucked in a little bit, yeah? So if that's the normal, we go tuck it in a bit. So for a tuck, it's just a little bit more, not sharp, yeah? So in, in. So you might have noticed just then, I moved my legs a little bit further apart, a little bit more balance, okay? And in, 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 in. So when you're doing that, I want you to really feel those muscles here. Yes, really engaged and helping you to move that hip up. And then we will do hip drops with, you could say it's the beginning of the shimmy as well, the way we've started learning how to shimmy. Find which is your most comfortable foot position. I've just been experimenting. That feels like too far. That feels like too close. So maybe about there, which is about a foot apart. Okay, now how you do this is obviously your knees are bending. Do it 3/4 way, one at a time. Yeah. So as they do that, your hips go down and back up. Yes. So remember, you're not straightening your knees completely. Yes. This is a kind of a weird feeling movement, I think, for a lot of people. And until your hips loosen up a little bit, it can be kind of a tricky one to feel. So just give your legs a little bit of a shake. Yeah. Okay, so soft knees, yeah, and then down, 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 down. So you can actually give a little bit of a push with these muscles as well, pulling up on this side, up on that side, but also stretching on that side, stretching on that side. Okay, so we've got chest, relax shoulders, twist, pop, 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 then tuck, 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 and then hip drop. Okay, right, let's try that to some music. And these are going to come in very handy for what we're going to do later on this evening. Okay, I might sort of shift it about a bit, of course, but it's not going to be impossible. Here we go. Shimmy to start with. I love this piece of music. It started with the chest lifts. and a smile. Woo! Are you still with me? I hope so. That wasn't too much. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, so how does that feel? Okay, that's quite a lot of work. I think the chest rise, I think we've done, a few of those. So that's beginning to feel a bit more normal. And the twist is fine. And the tuck is actually kind of quite fairly familiar, actually. I think the stomach pop out is a tricky one. And it's a good one to practice. Yes, so this is a bit of homework for next week, the little stomach pop. And start to really kind of be aware of all the muscles that are involved in that stomach pop, because there's a lot, yes. And what was the other one that we do? Yeah, I think that, and the hip drop. I don't know if you noticed, I started to do something a little bit tricky. I started to do a step. Now this is the beginning of the Egyptian walk. Okay, so it's actually taking a step when your hip goes down, which is counterintuitive, obviously, but very, very lovely. Yeah, so I wasn't going to really talk about this today, but it's quite fun. That's quite a fun one for a bit of homework too, actually. Right, now we're going to be doing kind of slightly slower things today, but things that are involving moving body parts at different speeds. Okay, so arms usually slightly slower, as I've said before, following the melody. Hips following the rhythm. So the trick is to establish the hip drop. So say we go into hip drop. Yeah, we've got our heel raised off the ground. The satsuma is still there. It's in a worse state than last week, obviously, because it hasn't, moved off that point. Okay, so supporting leg bent, hips relaxed. Okay. So we're going to do hip drops. Okay, I hope those hip drops are coming along nicely. Okay, and while we're doing hip drops, I want you just to experiment with moving your arm. It's quite tricky. It's that old, what is it? Patting your head and rubbing your stomach, or rubbing your head and patting your stomach? One of those. Okay. Let's try the other side. This time, perhaps we'll establish the arm. Now, remember I said last week, it's a good idea, obviously shoulders down, the arm soft, but leading with the wrist. And I'm really using this upper muscle here to pull my arm up. Not my shoulder. Not my shoulder. Okay. Arm goes up. And so. If you lose it, don't worry. Start again. Probably best just to establish the hip drop. But try and keep that arm moving and at a different rate to your hips. So the hips doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The arm is doing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's coordination, and it's doable, and it's one of the magical things when you see a belly dancer and they can do that, and it can be so in tune with the music and so exciting, and you just get swept along in it because it's like her whole being is reacting to every beat of the music. It's really lovely. Oh, of course, it's a male ballet dancer. He's reacting to every beat of the music. Okay, so I'm going to have a little look at hip circles and undulations. Okay, so hip circles. Important to have bent knees. Important to have the core engaged. Support your lower back. Okay, so a little bit forward. So it's not a tummy tuck. You're just pushing your hips forward. Yeah? So forward. I'll go around here, then to the side, and then to the back. So the back is just back, yes, it's not you haven't sort of done that tuck backwards. So front is like that. I like to think of the Michelin Man. Okay, the back is like that. Okay, so forward, side, back, side. Now, while this is going on, shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed, head relaxed, soft, and it's got the virtual, since we're doing virtual belly dancing, it's got the virtual vase of olive oil on it. So you don't want the head going all over the place while we're doing the hip circle. Yes? So forward, side, back, side, forward. Again. So just keep an eye on my head. Does it seem to be staying in the same place? It does, doesn't it? Yes. Yes. Okay. A little bit of a shake. So just really work on that so that the head is up and it's erect and it's mine. Okay, and it's on the back of your neck, but it's not going here, there, and everywhere. Yes? I kind of feel like it's a spoon for stirring porridge going round and round. But the spoon is kind of from here, isn't it? So it's like a bendy spoon. It goes like that. Okay. Okay. So lovely hip circles. And we also perhaps would like to move the hip circles. So just feel where the weight is. Ideally, of course, your feet are flat on the ground for all of these. My toes curl up in pleasure. Okay. So when your hips are over here, your weight is pretty much perhaps 90% over there. Yes? There. Then neutral, and then on that side. Yeah? So over there, over there. So just try and release the foot that hasn't got the weight on it. So if it's on there, just take this one off the floor a tiny bit. Yeah? On that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. That one. That one. So it doesn't take much before we can actually pace this hip circle out. I don't really mind if you do the arms or not, if you're concentrating very hard on those hips. Now, it's quite magical, but you can find that you can move yourself across, and I'm almost barely lifting my feet off the ground, just the slightest bit, and I'm actually dragging my left foot. Yes? So, other way. And then we could perhaps add an arm. So just think about that wrist. The wrist is almost leading the way. Not so that you go like, stop, yeah, but there's that feeling of the wrist, okay? Shoulders down. I've just barely got my third finger and my pointy finger touching my hair. Wrist up, yeah, up. Okay, we're going to have a go going to the right. Well, you might be going to the left if you go in the same direction as me, but anyway, whatever. Just point, know which way you're going. You're going that way. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Oh, and we know what's going to happen now. And a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Again. Now, there is one more thing that we can add to that, and that's a little stomach pull in at the end of the 4 steps. So I'll do 2. 1, 2, in. Yes, so it's in, slight straightening of that supporting leg, not too straight, but a little bit, stomach in, a little bit of the bum out, so up. Yeah, so we'll just do that. I'll do 4 that way and 4 that way. We'll do with that little oomph because it gives a nice accent. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Oh, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 1. Okay, so real up. Yes. So we're going to utilize that in just, we're going to put a few steps together. So that's a very lovely movement, which, you know, it's lovely to do, it's lovely to look at. We're going to do hip drops with arms moving like we practiced at the beginning. So we're going to do it on a diagonal. But I'll do it straight on because it's slightly easier. There we are, for you to make out. So hip drop. And we're going to take the arms up for 8. I'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4, midway, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, when you get to the top, you can do anything. Like you could do that, like a sort of bar shape. You could cross them. I think a ballet one is not completely right, but this is 5th position in ballet, and sometimes it's called 5th position in belly dancing as well. Okay, so this is first, and I'm starting here. Wrists again, kind of full of intent and purpose. So let's try that on the left side with left hip drops. We're going to do 8 hip drops, and it's going to take 8 beats to get our arms. So we're not like going like that, like a little robot, obviously. Yeah, this is going soft and smooth. Okay, is it doing your head in? This is good. Okay, and it's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, midway, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this is also a good thing to practice. Now, so we've got, the other thing is undulations, which we did quite a lot of work with in the last couple of weeks. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so all of those chest rises that we did in our drills, really paying dividends now. Okay, so remember it's up, in, up, in, up, in, up, in, up, in. Should we get away? Up, in, up, up. Now we're going to move the undulations as well. So starting with your strong foot. Okay, so when you take that chest up at the beginning of the undulation, that's when you put your foot down, because you can feel that's your weight is going forward. Yeah. Up, and then really concentrate on that pull in. Yes, because if we don't pull in, then the forward doesn't have so much impact. Yes, forward and up, in, forward and up, in, forward and up, in. So, like the circle where you put your weight is where the most of the body weight of the torso is. So when we're going up there, the weight is moved forward. So that's where we can put our weight, yeah? So I've started with my feet, with one in front of the other, toes pointing slightly out, just for a little bit more better balance. Yes, if they're like that, it's not so comfortable, and oddly enough doesn't look so pleasant, but a little bit out, not like a ballet dancer. Right there we are. Just there, just to give us a good sense of where we are. Okay, so up, in, up, in, up, in. So you can see I'm just lifting my foot as my weight goes back. Yes, up, in, up, in, up. When it goes forward, I can take my back leg off. In, up, in, up, in. So we can move while we undulate. Okay, I'll just do straight arms for the moment. Okay, starting. I'm going to do 4 that way, then 4 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have to change the leg, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's perhaps not so obvious because you could do it crossed over. So you could do it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we won't do that because it's a bit complicated. Okay, and we could use this one again. Oh, this one we haven't. Let's do the upper arm a bit like a vase. Yeah, and that. So we're going to do an undulation. If you'd like to do it more on a raised foot, that's fine. And I might do that too now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so we're going to put those all together, including some chest risers, and to some music. Okay, told you it's a little bit slower, but we're really working our core, aren't we? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Okay, so oh, this is the one, isn't it? This is not exactly what I was expecting, actually. That's what I was expecting.
بقالي في الدنيا ما ندير امان بعد احنا اللي ولدتو مش عليا صار عني ما كلمت يا بعد ما كانوا يبيعون على خيامي كلها في حياتهم يحكي كل شي مجرد تحكي واحد الايام كانت لي فرحان وراح يبكي وينام انا في الدنيا لا حب صح قلبي علي الحيران لا جنة ويا لا نسيت قوية أصبر للمولى على فيا اللي ربيته مشى عليا ما يبقالي نسمع صوته في صلي ما بقالي في الدنيا ما في أمان بعد ما احنا اللي ولدته مشى عليا يا احبابي خذوها من كلام تلقيت لا تخاطوش في الدنيا ليكم خدع كل عشرة بحبيبك خذها بتجري لا تدير الشك معليكم طمع لون عيد هموم العمر لون عيد هموم العالمين يبكوا لون عيد هموم الحاسين غلط لون عيد هموم البدمين يرموا لون عيد هموم العجم يغط جواد احنا اللي ربيته مشى عليا ما بقالي نسمع صوته في صديق ما بقالي في الدنيا ما ندير امان بعد احنا اللي ولدته مشى عليا احنا اللي ربيته مشى عليا ما بقالي نسمع صوته في الصميم ما بقالي في الدنيا ما ندير امان بعد ما احنا اللي ولدته مشى عليا ما بقالي في الدنيا ما ندير امان بعد ما احنا اللي ولدته مشى عليا ما بقالي في الدنيا ما ندير امان بعد ما احنا اللي ولدته مشى عليا
Whoa. That was an exercise in control and surprisingly warming, I think. You'll agree. Right, okay. It's a warm down and a stretch of our lower backs, I think, after that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll do the warm down and then I'll do my wind down speech. No, I don't. I'll say to you. Okay, keep safe, keep well, enjoy the weather that's coming, and I hope you're all enjoying these sessions on YouTube, and that I'll keep on going as pretty much as long as I can, and as long as people like to watch. Okay, I might even keep on going beyond that. Okay, there's so much to do. So I hope you are all well and staying well, and your families too. Okay, so until next week.
فاتني الوقت راني همل فيكي triste quando eu me apagar faz parte da vida escura veja a lua subindo tomando seu lugar ondas de tristeza para apreciar ريحتيني وخليتيني فاتت ليام وليام وراني ندم ضيعتيني وخليتيني فاتت ليام وراني ندم وعلاه يا ليام وعلاه هديتيني فاتني الوقت راني همل وعلاه يا ليام وعلاه هديتيني فاتني الوقت وراني ندم uma tempestade quebrada às dores onde pede futuro que ainda pode ser os olhos no escuro ainda podem ver ويا الدنيا خليتيني أقدم خليتيني متهونة شكون يقدرني وعلاه يا ليام وعلاه هديتيني فاتني الوقت راني ندم علاه يا ليام وعلاه هديتيني فاتني الوقت راني ندم يمي ولا الظلمة كي نهار أنا معاك انت يمي ولا الظلمة كي نهار معاك انت واللي ضلوا كلي معاك انت يا واللي ضلوا كلي معاك انت يا حالك انت وراحت ومشي غابت المولات مولات عشقين شحال انت
Lovely. Well done. Okay, I'm a great fan of a warm down. Okay, so have a lovely week, and I'll virtually see you next week. Okay, bye.